Welcome to Big Ten PD. We pack a punch for only 10 minutes. Well, maybe a little more sometimes. Now, if you're watching on TouchCast, you're in luck, as all the content's interactive. Yes, you can actually play with the stuff straight from the video. If you're watching on YouTube, you don't have the same advantage, so I encourage you to visit the TouchCast page with the link in the annotations. Today's topic is 10 apps in 10 minutes for math teachers of older students. I'm David Lockhart, your host and EdTech guru. Now let's get right to it. Number 1 is MyScript Calculator. Now, math is not my thing. It was my worst subject in high school by a lot. This is the app I wish I had. If you're a math teacher, you'd have to get creative to introduce it, as it could take something out of the math course. It's called MyScript Calculator. Basically, the way this app works is that you can draw an equation on what is basically a recordable whiteboard. The app then reads what you've written, and it automatically solves the equation. The question I always get is, does it show the word? The answer to that is no. I think this feature not being there, though, could make it more useful in a math class, as it is a way to actually check and make sure your answer is correct. Or the one that shows your work is an app I have to invent. Now I'm going to open up their website. It's an iOS app, so you actually have to go to the Apple Store to get it. But this is their website, which will help you get to that place. Now number 2 is ClassFlow. Have you ever heard of Ron Clark? I encourage you to Google it. I saw him deliver a session at ISTE using ClassFlow for math. It was awesome. And to me, this is an awesome tool for the math class. ClassFlow's purpose is to build interactive lessons. It lets you and your students share stuff back and forth in the cloud. You can share videos, presentations, documents, and more. You can also receive real-time feedback through quizzes and other items. You can even organize students into learning groups to help differentiate. Where I think this rocks for math is the ability to share digital whiteboards back and forth. You can have students do an equation on their iPad, and then they can share it with you in real time. You could also have class discussions centered around these shares, and you could do so much more with it. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. Now apparently I didn't put some in here, but number 3 is Nearpod. Basically, everything you can apply to ClassFlow, you can apply to Nearpod. Nearpod started off as a way to sync iPads in a class where students had to advance in the lesson with the teacher. They've added a whole bunch of new features. You can manage a kid's learning experience and assess as they go through the lesson. The greatest feature, again, though, for math classes is the ability to share mobile whiteboards. I just think it's so valuable in a math class. It gives you the ability to share problems back and forth between students and teachers. Now I'm going to open this up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. And again, missing a number, but number 4 is PixieClip. Now PixieClip is an online shareable whiteboard site. Seeing a theme here, where PixieClip is great in relation to the others is that it's all web-based. You can also add audio and video messages to it. I think PixieClip would be an awesome way to have students do and show their work in a math class. Students could share their whiteboards of problems with the teacher. They could also ask questions through video and audio apps which allow you to attach that to the whiteboard. That would be awesome and an awesome way to get feedback from students. Now I'm going to open this up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. Now again, missing a number. Number 5 is Estimation 180. Now students need to have a number sense. Estimation 180 is an awesome way to get it. It's a very simple site. Basically, they give you a picture and they ask you to estimate an aspect of it. It has pictures where you are asked to estimate almost anything, including weight, height, length, including length of songs, number of items, and so much more. These are great activities in math classes to give kids a sense about numbers. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. All right, this is 10 apps in 10 minutes for teachers of older math students. This is actually part B. And so number 6 is Math 247. Sometimes students just need help, especially in math. To me, math is a subject where if a student does not get a concept in class, they won't be able to practice with it for homework. Math 247 changes that. It's a site that has math tutorials from 4th grade up to the advanced concepts such as calculus. This would be a huge help for not only students but also the parents to have and to help them understand math work that's coming home these days. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. Now number 7, even though there's no number, is Algebingo. You have to make learning math fun. Math is the perfect subject to gamify, so why not play bingo while you do math? Algebingo is a bingo game app that was built by a teacher. You work your way through 13 levels with different bingo patterns. As you get higher in levels, the equations get more complex. Math needs fun. Algebingo helps you get there. It does cost 99 cents on the iOS App Store, but most students would spend that if you asked them to. What I have here is a review of Algebingo, and it'll get you to the site. Because it's an iOS app, it's not going to open straight from the video. Now number 8 is, and there should be a number, but there's not, virtual manipulatives. Now, if a student needs help manipulating fractions, Virtual Manipulatives is the answer. Virtual Manipulatives is a mobile app that allows the teacher to teach and help manipulating fractions. You can do things like see the equivalents very easy. This app is for use in the classroom as it needs some teacher direction with it. This is one of those apps that can be as simple as you want it or it can be as complex as you want it to be. It's also free, which could make it great. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. Now number 9 is, even though there should be a title slide here, a number slide, Desmos Graphing Calculator. Now we all remember the days when you had to have a graphing calculator for class. I remember my parents buying it for Christmas, and while it was not exciting, I understood the reasoning behind it. Desmos Graphing Calculator puts it online for free. No more paying $80 for a graphing calculator from Texas Instruments. You can use anything with a web browser. It opens up worlds of possibilities as far as making everything fair and even for students. The issue here, though, is that you'd have to be proactive when it would come to using on a test. Obviously, if you allow any device on a test, you'd have to have some rules to go with it. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. And then I'll be back. Number 10 is Sketchpad Explorer. Now I love math apps that give you visuals. Sketchpad Explorer is an awesome way to do that. Sketchpad Explorer allows you to manipulate mathematical shapes in a visual way. You can add and manipulate variables from almost any higher level math such as algebra, geometry, trigonometry, and even calculus. It's free, which makes it an awesome tool in the classroom. Now I'm going to open it up on the web. Feel free to stop, play with it, and get started straight from the video. And thanks for watching. You can find more on my Twitter feed at LD112265 or the website, which should come up on your device, but it's not coming up for me at school because it has the word dating in it, edtechspeeddating.com.